Hi.
Hello.
Forgive me, I'm in winter clothes.
We mean, did you see what we're wearing?
Yeah, so I'm copying you essentially.
We're wearing a bathrobe.
No, this is like a Snuggie, so you are super
So
good.
it's functionally the same thing. Got it.
Essentially, mine just doesn't open up as easily as yours.
We don't know if it's on your side or if it's how Circle works it, but you sound very tinny and poor quality.
It's probably this.
Okay, that's perfectly reasonable. That'd be on
'Cause
your end.
Yeah,
Well, how's it going?
this mic fucking blows,
Well,
honestly.
that happens.
It's going alright. I'm pretty fucking deflated today, honestly.
You too?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, just something in the air. Oh
It's
shit.
one of those days.
Very, very much so. It's just been a long day with work and with getting this. It's been a long week. The weekend was really good, but it was just like draining a little bit, you know?
Yeah. We had 3 things to do today, and we did cage cleaning yesterday. So we are completely sore and blown out. And the night before last, like yesterday's last night, we woke up twice in the middle of the night for a leg cramp. At 2:00, we woke up for a cramp in our right leg, and at 4:00, we got woken up by a cramp in our left leg. And then we did a whole day of cage cleaning. And so today we hate to say it because the first thing we got was we're not going to do D&D stuff today because the GM's cat died.
Oh,
So that's super fucking sad, and we know that feeling, and we hate
that
to
is
say
sad.
it, and we hate to say it, but we are at least relieved we do not have to be social in that way. We're so drained for the last week. Like, it's super shit that her cat died, but like, also at least we don't have to pretend to be social. And then the politics channel has been popping off as we've told you for, compared to usual. So we've got 3 videos out on the politics channel for this month, and we just didn't think the politics channel was needed or politics meeting was needed today. And then go figure, the mom of the 2 just got some special equipment in for her kid, who's got certain disabilities and stuff. So she needed to spend the day testing around with that stuff and getting it calibrated and doing all of the stuff. So we're just like, oh my god, we're so relieved that nobody is actually.
And yet I made you like, I'm like,
no,
hey,
we're actually, believe it or not, Ash, we were excited to talk to you tonight. We're over here like, oh man, at the end of the day, somebody that we can get on the line with and just get high and talk.
And not even think twice on it.
Not even have to worry about it. We can just be casual and in our stupid bathrobe and not, we've gotten all our things done.
You being in your bathrobe makes me feel much better about this because I thought about this. I have clothes on underneath, and I was just like, yeah, but it's fucking a little chilly. And I could put on a heater. And like have a heater blowing on me. Or I could just wear the Snuggie and be fucking fine.
Exactly. As hell. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
I mean, the thing is, the Discord's pretty active, and Discord users in general.
It is pretty active.
And Discord users, and Discord users in general are kind of well, we all came from Skype during the dark times.
I could see that.
So we're all kind of a little set in our ways, because Discord was supposed to be the promised land, as you were. And shitification has, of course, made things worse, but we think the real challenge is
shitification.
And shitification, yeah, that's an actual technical term. And
I like that.
Yeah, it's you can look it up, like look it up sometime. Look up shitification.
And shitification. Okay, I will look it up.
And shitification. Well, look that up. It is a thing. It is a real thing. It's like an actual word. It has a definition, and it's the major media, mass media, like advertising thing, wherein a product is made to be less usable for the sake of filtering more money into the corporation.
I believe planned obsolescence, right?
No.
Separate
Planned
from that?
obsolescence is completely separate from that. That has to do with hardware.
Oh, shit.
And shitification is part of like a marketing and fundamental image thing. So for example, Discord has Discord Nitro.
Yeah.
And it used to be like that would just allow you to use fancy emotes or whatever. But now every single week, whenever we load up Discord also has this little pop-up that says, "Get your weeklies, get your dailies now. Do you want to play fucking Far Cry 5 web game or whatever?" No, we fucking don't. Discord, get this shit out of our face. So if you go to like some like fan Wikipedia sites, like fan Wikia sites or whatever, you'll notice that the enshittification has gotten so bad that you literally can't read the site at all because things keep popping up and invading your screen trying to sell you things. And so that's enshittification.
Okay. Would another example, just to make sure I'm understanding, be when you like download a mobile game and then at first when you're playing it, everything's like fine and maybe you get like one ad every 10 minutes. But then like if you play for like a week straight, all of a sudden you're getting ads like every 2 seconds. And then like when you try to log in, it like does some weird shit. It's just like the longer you use it, the shittier it gets.
That is enshittification.
That is so funny.
It is a really big thing. And it goes like hand in hand with like the dead internet theory. Have you heard about that?
Mm-mm.
The dead internet theory is the idea that artificial intelligence via corporate marketing and spam advertising and troll bots and stuff has become so popular that the majority of the users on the internet are just robots. So the internet
I have heard something about this
internet theory, yeah.
And actually, this I remember because I was listening to something about Twitter, right? When after it turned to X and blah blah blah, and they were talking about how like
turned to X. It's just going through its goth emo phase right now.
Oh, I like that. It's just in its edgelord phase.
It's just because Elon is just a 12-year-old boy who thinks everything he says is deep. Even in the body of a middle-aged divorced dad who's trying to hit on his daughter's underage girlfriend.
Oh, he's definitely. I am 14 and this is deep. He is embodies that shit.
Like he's all about that shit, and he surrounds himself with and only associates with people like that, like Trump and shit like that.
People who just like smile, like you're giving me money or whatever.
Yeah,
and, it's funny because it reminds me of what's that kid's name? Will Smith's kid, Jaden. Yeah, when he was doing all that shit on Twitter and stuff, and you're like, this kid is so out of fucking touch and stuff. But at least you could wrap your head around it. This kid has never understood what it's like to live in a society. He's a kid. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
When Elon Musk does it, and he's like a billionaire, you're like, what?
Dude, you got rich off of your father's slave mines.
Oh my god!
Bruh.
You know what I was listening to the other day? Sorry to go off topic.
Great. Please do.
I was listening to this thing where they were talking about how, I don't know your feelings on this, but I'm just going to say my feelings. How Trump is a great president because he's run businesses and they don't want someone who because it was about against Kamala, right? And they're saying how they wouldn't want someone who's never ran a business because she's just a DEI hire, where he's actually ran successful businesses. And it's like, first of all, his daddy gave him millions. Second of all, most of his businesses failed and crashed and burned.
No less than 6 bankruptcies that we know about.
He's committed fraud in every one of his business ventures.
Fraud 34 times. Federal crimes.
It's insane to say I want a businessman.
No,
and then choose Trump out of all the businessmen in the world.
We're sorry, but clearly you have not seen our recent politics videos, have you?
I have not. No.
Oh man.
I've been doing literally nothing.
Well, We highly recommend them for obvious reasons because
Of
there are
course.
videos and we need people to see them. But more than that, it's literally exactly what you were talking about. But we take it a step further. We have seen how Walmart treats their employees. We've
Yes.
seen Amazon forcing their delivery drivers
Yes.
to pee in bottles or get fired.
Yes.
Do you want your country to be run like that?
Yes.
You're not going to be the CEO, motherfucker. You're going to be the delivery man peeing in a bottle. Cheers, by the way.
Cheers. No, I did see this. No. I did watch this. I remember that. I remember, like, you had said in there that you're not going to be. Yeah, I remember that you said you're not going to be the CEO. You're going to be the lower people. I don't remember exact verbiage you used, but I do remember you making that point.
If America is run like a business, getting off of work will never be getting off of work again.
I did watch it because I do. I thank you. I remember that. I feel like whenever I watch something, I thumbs it up. Unless I hate it, then I thumbs it down. But so I would have been one of your thumbs up people because I do remember that, and I couldn't agree with more. It's insane. It's insane to me. It was something like some boomer talk thing, but it's just insane to me that, like, look at it in the most charitable way. Let's just be the most charitable about it. If you really, like, one, you shouldn't want the government in your country to run like a business. But let's say you did. Let's say you really thought country should run like a business, and you really should have a businessman at the helm. In what world would you ever want that businessman to be Donald Trump? Like, even if you really, in your heart of hearts, thought America's a business, we should have businesses, you still wouldn't choose Donald Trump. There's so many other successful business people out there.
And the bottom line is, anybody, have you ever asked anybody who has said they want the country to be run like a business what they think that looks like? Like, they don't what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does that
literally
mean? Like,
I feel like they have asked that before. I feel like
they don't know what that means because run the country like a business.
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, it's just a propaganda line. It's just another Trump talking point, a part of the script for his cultists that doesn't actually have a definition.
Well, it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah. Which is why in our policies we're so big on, like, this is how much money it's going to cost. This is exactly what we're doing.
Spell it out, kind of thing.
This is the things that we want right here. We want this building every 2 miles with radar fucking towers on each side, and we want this much land exactly around each of them, which of course you'll notice will meet up exactly just perfectly so they all come together. And then our next one that we're going to be working on is our the Great Green Wall of America. So on top of that, we're going to have, this, and it's going to cost about this much, and it's going to take place over exactly this big of a space, and it's going to create this many positions and jobs, and it's going to cost this much, and it's going to pay this much back during this many years.
Well, I mean, I can understand to some degree some slogans, some
stand strong, stand together.
Yeah, exactly. Some shit like that's just like it's vague calls. It's just to rile and hype people up. But when you're talking about running the country as a business, that's a policy proposal that literally means nothing. That literally does not make motherfucking sense. And not I would just, for so many reasons, for the fact that a business's whole objective is to grow for profit reasons. Like, why would you ever want that out of your government? You want your government to break even. You want your government to be providing the correct an adequate level of care for its citizens and breaking even, and people have term limits, and fucking you don't want a CEO that gives themselves fucking two. That was the post I just put.
If we think about running the country like a business, let's look at how Jeff Bezos just announced that over the course of the next 5 years, he's going to replace 75% of his worker load with robots.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, so we really want the country running like this. At some point they're just going to start mass offloading and deporting people and replacing us with robots. Oh wait, they're already doing that.
When you look at, by the way, let me back up a little fast. I apologize sometimes when I get your pronouns wrong. It's not out of ever disrespect. It's just more like misspeaking, but I will try to be better at it.
Well, if it's any consolation, we've actually made it a huge part of our identity that we really don't correct people on our pronouns, because everybody just fucking flips shit, and our pronouns are us being more comfortable with ourselves. Everybody just gets so fucking obnoxious, and it distracts from our political message for our first.
I could totally imagine that, but it's more one of those things where I realize I catch myself doing it after I say it, and I'm like, oh, I hope that they don't think anything weird by it. Like, I don't mean anything by it. It's just more like a slip of the tongue than anything else, and something I'm trying to work on, get better at. But
thank you.
As for the deported, yeah, literally, I feel like right now, maybe when they say run the country as a business, they're talking about deporting all the brown people so that way we can make more Christians in the world and have more good. I mean, like, that's what half of it is. Like, and fucking AI and Christians. That's all they want is AI and Christians and coal. That's fucking like the post I put in the club thing,
it's
which
we'll run out eventually, man.
Yeah, it's the thing about like how fucking SNAP benefits, right? Like are gonna fucking in 2 days.
Yeah, we've been one of the reasons we've been so drained today is because we've been kind of a little frantic in the background about the whole SNAP thing because we're on SSI, we're on SNAP.
Yeah,
so we're Lex and everybody in the house is on SNAP. So that's like that's what we were saying on our Blue Sky or whatever. Like, that's like $800 next month that the household as a whole isn't going to have. We're already barely squeaking by, so we don't. Nobody knows what we're going to do.
And I will say, like I one thing I do know is there are local food banks and stuff. Obviously, Google some shit. I was just listening to some stuff today about how like local community food groups are trying to switch over and stuff. I don't know about your area.
Rely on food banks to stay in food. Yeah. So
and then it's well, when they don't have it, they don't have it. And like my mom, I was talking to my mom because my mom is also on SNAP, and so I was just like, well, what do you need? What can I do? And like I just went. Not that this is necessarily in the same realm, but I just went shopping last night before the gym, and fucking like I must have got like 20 items, like basic shit, some grapes. I got some cheese, like just basic shit. I spent $150 on like not even a third of what I need to buy. Like, and it's just like, and it's just fucking me, dude. It's fucking wild. Like,
But Trump's gonna make all the grocery prices go down. Trump's gonna make the egg prices go down.
Dude, no, at the same time where all this shit
doesn't know anything about farming, nothing about supply chain logistics.
Oh my god,
about the market, about
literally fucking nothing.
But he's just gonna make all the food prices go down. Meanwhile, again, we're actually working on policies to make the food prices go down.
Well, my thing was too is that so on top of the ballroom bullshit, the fucking he's suing himself right now. He's suing the government
for 250 million.
Yeah.
And he is the judge, the jury, and the decider.
Every piece of it.
And the executor, every single piece.
Every piece.
So he is going to just give himself
$250. Yeah.
$230 million. Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah. Like I literally like it's more than insane. Like it's one of those things like that was something that came up earlier too. That's like I understand that Bridge City is not about politics. It's not. That's not what the goal of the community at least is that people matter and that this should be a welcoming space for everyone, especially as they're finding their way out of like a religious community and things like that. I understand that.
But the whole point of the MAGA situation is that you don't matter.
Yeah.
Only Trump matters.
Well, even past that, it's like for me, like
only God matters.
Only God matters. Like you don't matter. God matters.
Yeah.
And but for me, what's the thing is like this stuff, like these things I'm hearing about that I know I can't do anything about. Like I know that. I know there's not like some fucking lever I can pull that solves the situation, gets Congress back, but it impacts me. I need to talk about it. I need to, and if I can't do that in this community, like it's not that it's like a problem for me. It just at that point, if I can't express this piece of myself that is very involved in that aspect of like that, it occupies my mind and my thoughts and my care, then this is maybe just not the right community for me. You know what I mean? So it's just like I'm not saying that we need to be like super political. We all got to go to rallies and fucking like protests and stuff. I'm not saying that's what has to happen. Like, but I don't want to, because this isn't necessarily a political space, I don't want to necessarily like just and pretend that shit doesn't matter. Pretend Charlie Kirk and then the backlash from it getting shot doesn't matter. To pretend that like people that in our communities losing SNAP benefits while the president awards himself millions of dollars doesn't matter. This shit matters. It matters to people. It matters to me. It matters to you. It matters to people. So like it feels like that like there needs to be space for, in my mind, for that to be discussed. And I just, maybe that's why your videos have gotten traction, because you actually talk about that stuff. Like, like I just,
and as far as we see it, you know, it's more than just like, you know, it matters, you know, in our minds and stuff like that. I mean, our recent video actually talks about, you know, our most recent video, how Trump is hurting American farmers, talks about how it isn't an ideology thing. It isn't a lefty, you know, it's a very real systemic economic issue that is impacts, overwhelmingly impoverishing the lowest, you know, earning.
It does not matter who you are. Yeah, it does not matter like what your political leanings are.
Are you not rich? Not poor. We're not asking, are you poor? Are you not rich?
And I mean,
if you're not rich, like if you don't have a personal worth of over $1 million,
you will be impacted.
This is actively affecting your life, your wallet, your paycheck, your food prices, and all that kind of stuff. And you know, over in the bullmoose party, sorry to just, you know, throw our fucking brand on, but over in the bullmoose party, our whole entire thing is raising the lowest bar.
Yeah, the bare minimum.
Are you not dead? Is our qualification. Are you not a cold, dead body on the side of the road? If so, we're working as hard as we can over at the New Bullmoose Party to make sure that your quality of life is improved equally and equitably across all of society. You know, because our goal is post-scarcity, because we have determined in the New Bullmoose Party that the lowest stages of post-scarcity would overwhelmingly improve the economy of the United States of America.
And that's just, I mean, it's been proven demand side economics has been proven time and time again to be an effective way to lift the wealth of a society in total across the board.
The more people who are healthy and happy and
who are economically viable within a system, they can create more productivity within your economy. Like
that's just more taxpayers to blow.
Exactly. And then they buy shit, which creates more demand for more businesses, which allows more people to like go into revenue. It's just.
Well, we're not sure if you saw our like comprehensive border bill.
That's an older video. I don't think I saw that. I think I saw only the last one or two, but not if you did a recent one like this week. I have not seen it, but I saw the ones.
Our comprehensive border one is like that. That one's like our gold standard of like.
I think we talked about it a little bit though, because we talked about immigrants and stuff like that.
Yeah, that one's got artist rendering. It's got precise numbers. It's got exactly what we want to do and plant. It's got money numbers for like basic classic growth yields. You know, it's got amount of time this policy will pay itself back, like 10 years, by the way, like 12 years, something like that. You know, exactly what we're supposed to do, exactly how this is good. And one of the things that we put there is like, you know, people are going to be coming into our nation, and they're coming here to, you know, start a new life and get jobs and do things in our area. So why are we putting them in big cages? Why aren't we putting them on farms and in workshops on the border to work for
So
our nation
many options,
and pay taxes and do that. Maybe you don't want to be a farmer on this 2 square mile farm that we've got here. All right, come on down to the basement. We've got our machine shop down here. You can become a mechanic. Oh, you're not into a mechanic. You want blah blah blah. Okay, we can do this. We can do that. We, by creating a policy that presents opportunities, we automatically take people from the criminal circuit. We yoink them out of the criminal circuit. These people are no longer criminals trying to enter our country illegally anymore. No, they're flooding to our border for the opportunities that those provide.
I remember.
And because we have a tight fucking border, they get caught right there and they get properly processed and they get given, training, and they spend 6 months admittedly on our dime.
Well, to return, and that's the other thing too, right? You invest into your citizenry, and then
exactly.
That comes that return on investment comes back. I mean, it's literally just numbers. If you want to look at, if you want to say fuck like public welfare and people having a decent life, and you want to say fuck all that empathy shit, and you just want to look at numbers, it still makes sense.
And that's what you'll notice. A huge portion of the new bullmoose party's policies and everything, we've already learned emotions just aren't going to work. We're not going to get people from the right wing on the moral party, but they keep saying that they're fiscally conservative and stuff like. All right,
I feel like they don't even say that shit anymore.
Yeah. All right, let's make it about money. We can prove to you that there is so much more money in being progressive, nigh unlimited, like that unlimited economic growth the right wing libertarians are always talking about. Progressive. Be progressive.
I don't even know what libertarians want anymore. Honestly.
Pay people a good wage. Take care of their medicine. Give them the best that we've got. They'll live forever and stay buying your stuff the whole time.
Exactly, and
then they'll tell their kids to buy, and they'll tell their kids to buy, and then they'll tell their kids. And if you work 8 generations, you'll have 125-year-old people walking around because you've spent on anti-aging tech. Come over to Walmart Pharmacy for your anti-aging shot today, and remember, shop Walmart.
Yeah, literally, and we're moving so far away from that.
Great grandma, why do we shop at Walmart? Well, you see, kiddo, it's because back in the great grandma's day, Walmart made the cure to aging, and we've been loyal customers ever since.
That would do it, honestly. It's just
we have a video about that, by the way, in the politics channel.
I believe it.
Called the profitability of being progressive. Yeah.
Is there other people when because I gotta imagine you talk about the bullmoose party often.
We've got to be honest. You made us start talking about the bullmoose party.
Elaborate.
Okay. Hold our hand with this one. We're going to try to walk you down our thought process here, So we got into Durante's server. And at that point, we had been mostly quiet about the new bullmoose. Our shit had not gotten many views at all. And we were trying to get further in, but it was kind of whatever. Once a month is fine. Meet once a week, put something up once a month, talk whenever it's convenient. But most of the people we talk to online aren't big in politics. So then we went. Sorry about that. Yep, okay. Nothing fell over. Okay. So then we went and we became a patron on Durante's Patreon. And then we got into the thing, we went to his Discord. We don't know if we. Anyway, you get what we're saying.
I figured you meant. I said Patreon.
Yeah,
I figured you meant Discord.
And we went to his Discord, and within a week, as we said in our silly little intro today, within a week we had become a moderator, and then. Literally within the month, a couple of weeks later, the 2 really big moderators left and another moderator left, and then it kind of came on us, and then we started talking to you. And then we talked to Durante about our political ambitions, and he's like, why isn't somebody running on this? And we're like, somebody is running on this, Durante. We're running on this.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my God, I stand shamefully corrected. This is fucking amazing. And then we started talking to you, and you think that's pretty good. And you know, we've been trying to be more social, trying to get to know more people. We were homeless for 8 years.
Yeah.
And we lost everyone and everything. And it was just constant bullshit. And then we got on this farm, and we're finally starting to pick our life back up. And just as we're doing that, everything's falling apart. Trump land is the thing.
Yeah.
And we're
that's actually
tired,
really disappointing to hear.
Yeah, and we're tired of waiting for it. And so when you came out and you were like, hey, this is really cool, you should talk more about that on Circle, you should keep this going. I don't like this, but I agree that this policy is reasonable. And we're like, good, that's the compromise. That's the national compromise we like. That's how you know when a compromise is good. So
is that both sides are a little upset about it.
Both sides, they get what they want, but they're not exactly happy.
Exactly.
That's the compromise we want. Yes, chef's kiss. That's the politician we want to be. That's how you get progress done, baby. So you know, we're and you know, you seem to like it, and you encouraged us to get out, and now we've got this Circle thing. It's starting to grow. We feel, as you said, Circle isn't a political thing, sorry, Bridge City isn't a political thing. But at the same time, we haven't gotten any pushback. We've only gotten people being like, based over here. So it really encouraged us to be like, more into it. We think we're going to do more videos every month on the Politics channel. We think instead of dedicating ourselves to our really little nobody channels that we've had for years and years, and they still haven't gotten, you know, 100 subs, we're going to go further into our Politics channel, even though it only has like 58 people who
but I'm a firm believer you have to start somewhere, and I think you've always, at least, I mean, I shouldn't say you've always, but there's always been passion in the way that you've spoken about this, so to me, and so I think, of course, like, I don't know, when you're passionate, passion is rare and hard, and I think it should be nurtured. And
you know, it's really, oh, sorry, no, go on.
Well, no, just that yes, if this is moving you, you should continue. And I think, even though Bridge City may not be a political group, I do think that there's still space within the community that I think that there should be a place to talk about these things and promote ideas that impact every single one of us. And I think pretending that political news does not impact us, because yes, it can be divisive.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
It can be.
But we can't be naive like that.
Exactly, yeah, right. Like, I can't just pretend like that. Every controversial view that I have is like, I can never talk about it, because then that's like, at that point, that to me, that negates the showing up authentically, and that's
but also
what I want.
And it's also, let's be real with ourselves, it's what they want. They, like, the Trump administration wants people to be too tired to avoid political intercourse, or discourse, intercourse.
Either way, they want either way. No,
it seems like somebody's getting fucked here.
Yeah, like, actually, that was something I listened to a really interesting piece.
Oh, jeez, sorry.
No, you're good. I listened to a really interesting piece earlier this year where they talked about how propaganda in the modern age isn't just designed, I should say, to invigorate or to propose fear or hate. It's designed to make you complacent and to have it all wash over you like noise, to the point where you don't care anymore, to where you are apathetic to what's going on, to where you are too tired. Exactly. So it's like, and I feel like, obviously, I mean, look at this motherfucking year. Like, yeah,
we've got 3 more of these.
I can't.
Right. And so right? And that's one of those things. Like, for the record, we've thought several times of putting like a direct plug of one of our videos onto Circle, and we've just decided no, we're not that far in yet. We're not rolling out kissing babies and throwing the peace signs yet, man. That's not happening. But it was a major thing. And we have to thank you for, giving us that little, like, get the fuck out there, man. Like,
I like that. I think life is too short to, I don't know, I'm speaking for myself, but broadcasting it everywhere. I think life is too short to fucking just like hide your passions in the shadows and be afraid of trying. Fuck it. Fucking just do it. Just fucking do it.
So it's actually really funny that you mentioned passion, because everybody keeps saying that we're a really passionate person, and we've actually written an article about how we don't like the word passionate.
Why?
Because passion is the desire to continue and retain the continuation of a thing. People who are passionate about something want it to continue. They want it to keep going. We are motivated about our goals. We want to finish things.
You want an insight, not necessarily to keep doing this forever and ever and ever.
We want to be the American Cincinnati. Do you know anything about Cincinnatus?
No.
Okay. Do you know anything about Rome?
Bits and pieces.
You should really learn a lot more about Rome, okay?
Rome is interesting, but it's a very, very big civilization. It existed for a very long time.
You should learn a lot more about Rome. We're just putting it. Okay, so back in the Roman Republic, do you know where the term dictator came from?
No.
Okay, so back in the Roman Republic, there was this, when Rome was in danger, when the state was about to collapse, when the barbarians were at the borders, crossing over at the door, Rome would occasionally give one guy the power of dictatorship. And the guy we know about, the first guy we know about, was Cincinnatus. We have cities named after this guy.
Cincinnati,
right. So the legend goes, we don't know if this is how it happened, but Romans took pretty good records, so this is kind of fun. The legend goes that Cincinnatus was a farmer. He was a farmer. We know that to be true. That's just all in the records. He was a farmer. He was plowing his fields, and then the Roman Senate came to him and said, Rome needs you. Your country needs you. We're going to give you unlimited power of the Roman state to fix this problem. And Cincinnatus left his plow right there where it was in the field, and he went out and he became dictator. And in 1 year, because you're only a dictator for like a year generally, in 1 year, he cleaned it up. He took care of the problem, and then he washed his hands, gave it all back, and went back to the same plow in the same field where he had left and just started up his work. We want to be that. It was
like George Washington.
George Washington was known as the American Cincinnatus.
That's so funny.
That's a title he holds to this day. It was considered a great, honorable thing to retire in glory. And
that's
Trump,
actually,
and
I
Trump
do not
is throwing that away. We want to be done. We want to get into office, and we want to fix it, and we want to set America on the right path, so in 50 years, when we die, or, rather when life extension technology is finally got it, and we'll get our shot, and we'll get our second chance at life, and we're back in a teenager again, in 50 years, after our time, we want to have set it up that we can smile upon the legacy that we left and handed it off to the next generations, retired in glory, became a serious thing that everybody fucking talks about, and then go off and do other shit for humanity. Like solve world hunger, or investigate the stars, or fucking be first contact on a new fucking species in space. We don't want to be president forever. We don't want to be the king. We want to be Cincinnatus. We want to wash our hands when we did our 8 years. We're done. Moving on to, fix the world. We fixed America. Now we're going to move on and fix the world. Yeah, that's our plan.
Okay, give me 1 second. I want to go grab some water because I thought I had some and I didn't.
No problem.
I will be right back.
But the big thing about being the Cincinnatus, there was honor in that. that was big.
It would still be honor in that if someone actually did that.
Yeah, that showed that you're an honorable person, that you follow the standards, and then of course this goes back to like the infinite rewards of being progressive. Then we would be trusted to go on to other countries, spread the American way, as it were. Then we would be a figure that people were like, fuck, dude, Philosophy cleaned up America, and now they're coming out to the rest of the world to come up with new and fantastical solutions that none of us are brave enough to actually bring up. Because let's be real, nobody in the upper classes cares about the policies helping people. They want to put money in their pockets. We don't care about that. What happens if nothing happens after we're president and we just go back home with our $400 a year or whatever as presidential salary? Well, I guess we're going to go back to the farm and run a successful rabbit business, and try to solve world hunger again.
No, it's one of those things that I think not only is returning power looked on very favorably and honorably.
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like in fairy tales in modern day, we glorify the man usually who steps up into power even though they don't want it, right? That's doing it reluctantly to the betterment of others, kind of thing.
Yeah, we don't want to do it. We've been waiting our whole entire life for some other motherfucker to step up and do it, and they just haven't. Instead, we just get progressively more and more selfish politicians that are at this point literally veering into dictatorship, and we're over here like,
literally,
we're over here like, yeah, but what was we're a '90s kid. What happened to Captain Planet and that when are
we were lied to? We were fucking lied to.
When are we going to get our jetpack? The worst thing is we were lied to. One moment. We were actually telling this to somebody. The worst thing is that we were lied to by the same people who then later laughed at us and told us that's not how the world works. Bitch, you made Captain Planet. Why are you laughing at us for believing the fucking kid shows you made for us?
I'm a millennial. This is true.
We were told growing up by you that if we put our mind to it, we can be anything we want.
And God damn it. The world, and we should love everyone, and we should be inclusive. You told us to do all these things, and then you got mad when we turned fucking 30, and we're like, yeah, I want to do those things.
Yeah, and it's literally the same fucking people are now being all like, oh, well, when you grow up, you'll be conservative, and you'll understand that this just commie woke shit. And we're over here like, that's not what you told us 30 years ago.
We learned it from watching you. You told us this. Yeah, literally. It's the world we're in. I've just been saying we're in the worst.
Once again, why don't we have the fucking microphone on, like the cameras on here listening to this? Because
I know, like,
this would get some views.
It literally is so like.
We could have it like cozy snuggy talk with Ashe and Shy.
I was actually thinking, I was just like, maybe we should do like one of these lives
and be like bathrobe. Like a late night super cash live talk or whatever, where we just crash out or whatever.
Right. We release buildings in major cities and stuff.
Cool.
Right? So that way people have a place to go to and actually like when shit's hard and they need to get away and they can go to a place and chill the fuck out and like congregate with people. I know essentially it's church for people without churches, where they like a hangout space, a rec center, whatever you want to.
Yeah, we're about to say we believe those are called community centers, and people stopped having them when the community ended in the early 2000s, when the idea of community ended in the early 2000s.
So that's why. I feel like even I had like rec centers when I was growing up.
We had a community center in our neighborhood until we were 15 in 2005, and then we no longer had a community center in our neighborhood. We had a private pool.
Yeah,
I had that as well. Yeah, so we mean as we said, the community center went went obsolete in the early mid 2000s when the concept of community was phased out of our culture.
Well, and that's what I want to bring that back. That's what I want to do. That's my mission with this.
Well, and this is like the digital
going down on that bone, dude. I just saw that.
She's into it. Yeah, we
like happy.
She's a
That's
good
cute.
girl, yeah. She's very happy.
So that's the goal. So some of the goals, and it involves making a space that's scalable, that can be utilized across the nation, and that's
Yeah.
what Circle is. And hopefully attracts normies and internet culture people. And if we can get to those points, once we get to a point where
It's with TTRPG, we can bring them together.
also I want to do
it.
I want to do movie nights. I want to do live
Yes.
Q&As. Like
Video game nights was an idea that we had for Discord too.
that, and video game nights.
You saw you saw our introduction and how we like described ourselves, what our likes were video games, classical music, animals, power metal, nature, martial arts, history, and meat, among other things. So like that kind of gives you an image.
It's a good mix.
Our interests, while varied, are also a little intense.
Janine the therapist. That's not like how her title. She has a last name. I don't. But
Janine the therapist.
But
a long and honorable family name.
Exactly. I legitimately do not remember anything, but I remember her name was
middle
Janine,
name the last name therapist. A long line of advisors for kings. We hate to make it sound so like clout chasey or whatever. We understand that we have nobody. We don't have a big audience. We don't have control. We barely keep the lights on. We're going to be the whole household's going to be $800 down less next month. We don't know what we're going to do about that. The poor dogs, the poor chickens, the poor everybody. We're all poor here. We're all completely broke. And so don't think that it, obviously it is that, but at the same time, like we understand that display, that way of living, will not get us the goals we want. So we need to look toward people higher up there,
and aim above our weight higher. Class. Yeah. I know this sounds bad, so please know when I say I do not mean it badly. That self-serving aspect is actually something that we've discussed as within the SoCal chapter, because everyone is kind of there in a self-serving way. And everyone's goals are different, and like how they describe what it is be different. But you are not alone when you say that you're that you're here for more of a self-serving purpose kind of thing. Even me, like my motivations sound very altruistic, of course, but
but it's really just enlightened self-interest. Let's be real.
Like for me, it's just like I like being productive and busy, and I'm channeling that energy into what I feel is a noble cause. Is really all it is, kind of thing. This could have been feeding fucking homeless children, and I probably would have.
At the end of the day, like. You mentioned really early in this call, you want this place to be a place where people find purpose.
Yeah. Of course.
And we're of the belief that purpose isn't a sweater you got to knit yourself. And for a lot of people that takes a long time. For us, it did not take a long time. We knew exactly what we were here for the moment that we understood, that we were old enough to understand what lucid enough to understand what purpose meant.
Yeah.
8 years old, 6 years old, we had decided what our life was going to be, what our purpose was. Our purpose is to help. That's our purpose. It's to help in general, just to help. And we can't help if we don't get bigger.
So let me build on that really fast, because that motivation right there, I think, is shared across the vast majority of people in the community. It just, what it means to help looks a little different for everyone.
And in our case, we're a completionist on the video games. We always want 100% it. So we will accept nothing short of leader of the largest nation, or sorry, not the largest, leader of the best nation in the world, and post scarcity for all people, space age.
Your help goals are definitely more lofty than most, but. Yep. But I do think it all comes from a good place. And I think that's what we channel within Bridge City, is finding ways to help. And that's going to just look different. So, yeah. it doesn't matter. You get a group of enough people together, you get bad actors.
In any population of this is one of the fucked up things that we have to inevitably face in like sociology. In any population of large enough size, a certain percent, no matter how small, will exist of bad actors.
We haven't had too much of that happened on the WhatsApp side of things.
Don't talk back to us. No, don't talk back to us.
Oh, I heard her. She's just like,
Yeah, none of the talking back.
Shit, you guys are arguing now.
Don't be like, don't be like that. No, we told you no.
That's so funny.
Isn't she so silly?
Dogs are so expressive in that.
We told you no, baby. No, don't talk back to us. Sorry, we're just laughing at that whole thing that just happened there. Not many people get to see that.
With the puppers?
Yeah, with the puppy. Yeah, not many people get to see us arguing with the dogs.
I used to have a dog. It was a German short-haired pointer, and he was like that. He was like, he would do something, and you would just be like, Jaeger, no, and he'd be like, and he'd stare at you, and cock his head, and he'd whine a little bit, and you're like, no, this isn't a discussion, like, and you just be like, he would do that thing, that little, like,
we're not conversing here, man. You've received an order.
Yeah, no, he would literally, like, he would act like everything was a negotiation, and then when he knew the answer was fucking no, he knew the answer was no.
You do it anyway.
You do it anyway. Oh, like, no, don't get on the bed right now. I just made the bed. Get off the bed. Argue. I walk and start turning around. Immediately get on the fucking bed, on the pillows, start licking himself, and look straight me in the eye. Just like, bitch, what are you gonna do?
Full eye contact as he's licking his balls.
Exactly. Full eye contact. Like,
what are you gonna do about it?
And then you chase around, and then you can't get mad because at the same time, like, he was also adorable, and he was the cutest little lively thing. So